Welcome to the Soul Revival Podcast, where we have deep and meaningful conversations exploring modalities, tools, and healing, guiding you back to your most expansive soul self. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Soul Revival Podcast. I'm your host, Lindsay Stanton, and I am excited to dive into today's topic. This is something that's near and dear to my heart. As many of you know, I was certified at the beginning of this year in the spring to be an animal communicator by the one and only, the amazing Penelope Smith. And animals and the connection to animals has been something that's been an integral part of my journey since the very beginning. I would say that early on as a kid, I was always cueing into animals. I always connected deeply with animals on a soul level. And I would frequently have wild animals come up to me and situations where they normally would not come up to people. They would come up to me and I would frequently be able to engage with them. So just a very magical relationship with animals since really as far back as I can remember. And I view that sacred bond and relationship with animals as just such a beautiful thing. I always have empathy for people who have never experienced the type of deep love that you have with an animal companion. And so it wasn't surprising at all, I guess, that Spirit led me a series of events. The universe definitely dropped some breadcrumbs that led me to Penelope Smith's animal communication course. I, at the time, wasn't thinking about taking any courses specifically and didn't even know about the Shift Network offering Penelope's course, but had been finding myself as things happen with Spirit when they're being Spirit led. I found myself just coming across many different things. Like I had clients who were wanting or having animals come up in session or were having grief around animals that transitioned. Obviously, many of my own experiences in my own life, just a lot of synchronicities that led me to the course. Even a guest on our podcast who runs her own podcast had just had Penelope Smith on her show. And so, of course, right when we interviewed her, she was talking about that. A total series of serendipitous events that led me to get the certification, and it was a very amazing, robust program. And I would say, like, just being in Penelope's energy alone for about 8 months was such a gift, and I'm so thankful. And she's such a phenomenal teacher. In addition to her teaching the course, she brought in some phenomenal animal communicators and healers as well, that just being able to get that exposure and learn the different ways that different animal communicators connect, the modalities that they might connect through, what pathway, because everybody is really unique. I view it like our fingerprint. Each way that we connect with the spirit realm is a little bit different and a little bit unique to us. And also the combination of modalities that you naturally get drawn to bring together in order to help people and to help all species is uniquely yours. So I was really thankful to be able to have those experiences with so many phenomenal healers, and especially Penelope. And we have had a few of the phenomenal speakers that were part of that course on the Soul Revival podcast, which I'm incredibly grateful for. So I'm going to dive into what I want to talk about today is animal communication. And for those who are unfamiliar with kind of the types or the reasons why somebody would engage an animal communicator, different ways that it can be super helpful with your relationship with your animal companions. I want to dive into the different ways that you might want to think about using an animal communicator, how they can be helpful to your relationship. So, number one, I would say, and this was probably the earliest connection points for me, is connecting with animals and spirit. So, early on, actually, my very first dream visit, recognized dream visit, was with my dog Dante, and when he transitioned into the spirit realm. This is so powerful, and it allowed me to know that this was possible. So then when Roger passed, I knew that I would definitely be able to connect with him, that this was not a forever thing because Dante had already shown me the pathway for this. And I got signs and visualizations from him, which ended up coming full circle when I needed it too. So, connecting with your animals and spirit is super powerful. And like I mentioned, part of my breadcrumbs were starting to get messages from animals and spirit when I was in client sessions and it layering into things that were going on in their life, maybe even their grief experiences, and being able to pull that through. So, connecting with your animals and spirit can be so powerful because just like our human companions, it helps us heal. They can teach us through sessions with an animal communicator. They can teach us ways that they're sending us signs and communicating with us. So this is one of the ways that I work with clients is helping them connect with their animals and spirit. They can also show you some incredibly powerful things, which includes reincarnation and their reincarnation journey. And this is amazing. This is something I've experienced for myself and my clients that our animals reincarnating back to us, they can give us really detailed information through a communication session with an animal communicator. So they can share with us things like the dates, the pathway, the location. And it's pretty amazing as an animal communicator to see it all come to fruition. I've gotten to witness this multiple times now, and it is super magical. It is so amazing to be part of. So that is one way, is connecting with your animal and spirit. So this could be early on in your grief journey. You want that validation. You want to know their signs and their communication with you. It could be at any point on your grief journey, just because you're constantly thinking of them and you want to understand how they're communicating and connecting back with you. It could be a validation of signs that you're getting that they will bring through in a session with me. So it's such a powerful thing. And it also can connect you back to how they might be returning to you or the ways that they're supporting you in this life and their awareness of the things going on in your life, like other pets in the household, how they connect and communicate with them. A lot of powerful messages can come through connecting with our animals and spirit. The next way that an animal communicator can really assist in your relationship with your animal companions is understanding your animals better and allowing us to be better stewards and ultimately being able to help bridge gaps in communication that you might be having. This can be related to sports that you're doing together. If you have show dogs, for instance, if you compete in obedience, agility, you name it, barn hunting, you name it. I have worked with many different cases where there's a breakdown in the communication. And the one thing I would tell you is it's always on both sides. We as humans tend to think that, we run the show and that something's somehow deficient on the animal side, but our animals always mirror the things that are going on with us. And the communication breakdown is definitely both ways. So these are gentle sessions. These are really, really beautiful sessions where we get to explore how it's not deficiency on either side. It's like, how can you be in better communication with each other and how can you work better as a team? And I love these sessions because the results are phenomenal. I've been able to help dogs and their people, for example, in some amazing situations where they've had phenomenal outcomes and achievements as a result through like the team sports that they're participating in, and even just being able to shift the energy. So this is also a really, really great one if you have rescued an animal. This can help you to understand things that they've been through in the past and how you might be able to better support them. And maybe even they might even show us like some things that are troublesome or they're fearful for them because of their past, different triggers for them, so that you can be the best companion to them and support them in the most amazing ways. And what often comes through in those types of sessions is validation of the phenomenal ways that the animal parent is helping to support them and love them, and how they feel so supported, and how they feel that human showing up for them and their gratitude. So that's another way. So understanding our animals better and deepening our communication bonds, whether it's for having a household that runs more smoothly and better relationship with our animals, whether it's for deepening that bond for performance sports and just enabling a higher level of communication. That's another super powerful way that animal communication can really help you up level your bonds and your relationships, and just kind of keep you running on all cylinders. And it also just helps with the bond. Like, it really does engage from both sides and allow you to strengthen your relationship yourself. So that type of animal communication is very much about kind of teaching you through the animal's eyes different ways that you can connect with them directly and have those opportunities to share experiences truly together. The other way that, and this is a little bit related, but definitely its own standalone, is the other set type of session would be an energy healing session. So, an energy healing session might clear things that were emotional. So, back to the rescue dog example, if you have a rescue animal companion, an energy healing can really help to clear and release energetically some of the attachments to things that might have happened in their past. It also is a phenomenal way to understand, whether it's a rescue or not, things that might be going on in your animal's physical body and how you can best support them. And oftentimes, not only does the animal bring through things, but their guides and their spirit team will bring through things, insights that are helpful, whether it's holistic treatments, whether it's support through diet, whether it's support through different types of exercise or movement or massage or acupuncture. They will show me different things that will help in their healing, and more of like a whole picture, instead of course, always, in combination with veterinary care. But instead of just being singularly focused, it's truly a holistic view of what's going on with them. And things that come through often in these energy healing sessions of ways that they already feel supported and things that they can feel vibrationally shifting, maybe, something going on in their physical body, challenges that they might be having. I love doing energy healing. I have used it on my own animals so often. Anytime they're going through something, whether it's a major or a minor health challenge, it is just a great way to call in their spirit team, call in your spirit team, and create energetic shifts within their chakras to support their overall well-being. It's a phenomenal way to engage their divine support team, to, especially if they're going through something significant health-wise, to help support them and heal them, and calling in that phenomenal next level of support for their health and healing. I have seen the literal miracles that this can create. I've witnessed total miracles with my own pups, and times when, we were like in dire straits, and we were being told from a medical perspective that there wasn't a solution, or that, in the case of my dog Valor, I had it happen at least 3 times where I was told there was no viable healthy tissue on his foot, and he would probably need to have his foot amputated the next week, which was literally something that would have cost him his life because he was already severely disabled. And literally doing massive amounts of energy healing on him over a 3-day period, and having that completely shift, and having viable, healthy cells and tissue be there when it wasn't there 3 days prior. And my traditional vets being totally floored by the results. Energy healing is such a beautiful tool and can have so many phenomenal results. It can also help clear things that might have been from the animal's past. It can help with to support a healing and recovering from a physical illness. It can help with, terminal diagnosis, just to almost as a palliative care, as a supportive effort in combination with your traditional medicine, your traditional veterinary care. Thank you for listening to the Soul Revival Podcast. I'm your host, Lindsay Stanton. I want to give you a special offer for all those who leave us a 5-star review. All you have to do is take a screenshot of that 5-star review, email it to info@thesoulrevival.com, and every month we're going to be giving away 30 days of the community membership. 30 days of community membership. That's 30 days of being around like-minded people who are on their spiritual expansion journey. All you have to do is give us a 5-star review, snap a screenshot, and email it to info@thesoulrevival.com. Thank you so much for listening. It's phenomenal. I actually used energy healing as a way when I knew my dog Valor was going to needed to transition, because he was ultimately in pain after several years of him being happy, healthy, when we were told that that probably wasn't going to be possible. Through supportive energy healing and in combination with traditional methods and acupuncture and laser treatment and water therapy, and developing my own PT system for him, actually, that worked extremely well. But in addition to using it when I was supporting his health here in the physical world, I actually used it to help him transition. So calling in my divine support team and his to assist with that transition process and making it smoother, easier, totally peaceful for him ahead of time. And I did multiple sessions with him leading up to his transition to be able to provide that. And it did multiple things for me. Number one, he had an incredibly beautiful, smooth, peaceful transition process. And number two, I know it helped open the pathway to be able to connect with him literally the same day, within hours of him transitioning. I got a monumental sign from him, a huge, huge sign. And then I immediately, really, really immediately after that, started getting signs about him reincarnating back to me. And I know that the Reiki healing that I did was a opening of the door of sorts to help prime the pathway to be able to have those communications from him. And at a minimum, it helped make that process faster and easier, but I think it was probably even more than that. So energy healing and doing energy healing sessions with me or an animal communicator is another way that an animal communicator can help assist you. And all these things can be done in combination with each other too. So for example, if you want to do an energy healing to release some physical things that might be going on with your animal, in combination with like doing sessions for communication, for sports, obviously having physical ability and clearing in relation to your energy is just as works in tandem with being in communication with each other and maximizing your communication as a team. So that's just an example of how you might be able to use those things together. Or doing a release session if you know your animal's going to be transitioning, and then following that up with a connection session with your animal once they're in spirit. The final way that I help support animals and their people is helping find lost animals. And this was a big one for me. This was part of my training with Penelope Smith, and something that my human brain had a hard time wrapping its head around that I would be able to do. But I've witnessed time and time again the phenomenal results. I actually just got a message yesterday about a cat that I helped find the way home, where this little kitty had run off to and was hiding. And it was a pretty complicated situation. So I've been involved with, and multiple of the situations that I've helped with have actually been outside the US. So one of the beautiful things about telepathic communication is there's no restriction on where you can receive it, where you have to be to receive it, and energy healing too. It's just phenomenal. You can literally do it from anywhere and provide it to anywhere, which is so beautiful. But helping find lost animals, and it can really make a huge difference in, at a minimum, making the process to be able to find the animals faster in combination with other methods. If there's like drones or support teams or people out there searching, using an animal communicator, leveraging an animal communicator to help narrow down and visualize the spots can be extremely powerful and can have life-saving results, because for so many reasons, because of the time, and also regardless of the outcome, it can provide some healing and closure. If the animal comes home or if they're in spirit, it does help create some release for the humans involved, all involved in the situation. But it is a phenomenal way that animal communicators can help, and I give it so much reverence because it's been extremely, I have felt very honored to be part of all of the lost animals that I have assisted in helping to find. And it's definitely something I don't treat lightly. It's something that is so important and so beautiful. And I'm so grateful to be able to have that connection for the animals who let me see where they're at and help describe it to the people so that they can be found easier, smoother. And especially like this time of year, you never know, like with weather, different weather situations, whether you're in the heat of the summer or in scary weather situations in the winter, time can truly be of the essence in helping find our animal companions. So being able to be part of that is so, so powerful. So just to recap, there's connection with animals' spirit. There is communication, whether it's for team sports or just understanding our animal and strengthening our bonds. There's energy healing and clearing, and then there's helping find lost animals. So if any of these types of sessions resonate with you, I would be totally honored to work with you and your animal companion. And I hope this is really helpful, because I know for me, it's expanded my awareness significantly being part of this and being able to assist animals and their people in all these different ways. It's super powerful. And I am so thankful to be able to do it. It's very amazing and such a gift to be able to assist in these types of ways. So hopefully this was a information packed session for you today. If you are interested in finding out more, shoot me a DM. I'm super active on Instagram, and I would love to hear from you. You can also, of course, always reach out to me through the Soul Revival website. But have a beautiful, blessed day, and may you and your animal companion have an amazing bond. If this episode resonated with you, that's not a coincidence. That is spirit leading you to where you are meant to be. Choose soul expansion, choose community, choose growth. Join us at our sacred community where healing is better because we do it together. Go to www.thesoulrevival.com.